Hello students, welcome to my chemistry class. Hope your online test was good and your performance was better. Those have not given that test, I request you that please do it and check your understanding level. If you want to prepare your chapter, no matter, you can prepare, and when you will request, I can give you the link of the test again. So today students, we are going to study about the new topic, very important topic today, and this topic whatever we will discuss today, it will cover at least for 2 mark questions, numerical based questions. 1 mark, 2 mark question will be covered from today's topic. So watch this video very carefully and try to understand each and every terms explanations here, and if you have any doubt, you are free to ask in the WhatsApp group. So today's topic mostly will discuss about what is electrode potential, standard electrode potential, standard reference electrode, and standard hydrogen electrode, how it is made of. Then also we will discuss about how to measure the standard electrode potential of zinc and copper, and finally overall in standard electrode potential of a Daniell cell. So this is our today's topic. So the first one is electrode potential. Electrode potential. So electrode potential can be defined as the tendency of an electrode to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with the solution with its own ion. For example, when a zinc rod is dipped into zinc sulfate solution, so we can say that zinc rod is in contact with the zinc ion present in the zinc sulfate solution. That time, whatever its tendency to lose electron is called standard electrode potential of zinc. Similarly, when copper rod is dipped into copper sulfate solution, we can say that now copper is in contact with its own solution Cu2 plus ion, which is in copper sulfate solution. Okay. So that time what will be the tendency to accept electron, that is called standard electrode potential of copper. So simply we can define as the tendency of an electrode to lose or gain electrons when it is in contact with a solution of its own ions. So that tendency of electrode is called electrode potential. Is clear? Means suppose when zinc rod is zinc dipped into zinc sulfate solution, ZnSO4 solution. In this zinc sulfate solution, what is present? Zn2 plus. So when zinc loses electron, then the measure of electrode potential is called standard electrode potential of zinc metal. Similarly, when copper rod is dipped into copper sulfate solution, CuSO4 solution, here in this solution cupric ion is present. So we can say that this copper electrode is in contact with its ion cupric ion. So that time the tendency of gain of this cupric ion and to deposit as a copper on this electrode. So that tendency is called standard electrode potential of copper. Clear? So this is the simple definition. Now next is standard electrode potential. One is electrode potential simply. Now what is called standard electrode potential? Simply see that when this electrode is assembled in such a way that it can fulfill certain standard conditions. These standard conditions are temperature, pressure and concentration of the solution. And at that time, what will be the tendency of the electrode? That tendency will call standard electrode potential. And this standard electrode potential is measured as E naught. Remember, it is represented as E naught. So we can say that standard electrode potential is the assembly of electrode under the certain standard condition, and that are temperature 298 Kelvin, so concentration 1 molar concentration of the solution, and if a gas is used then the pressure of gas is 1 atm, then the measure of electrode potential is called standard electrode potential. So we can write that the assembly of electrode which fulfill the following in standard conditions then the electrode potential is called standard electrode potential. Simple. So the conditions are: first, temperature. Temperature should be equals to 298 Kelvin or 25 degree Celsius. Second, concentration of the solution. Concentration of the solution means, you know that when electrode is dipped into the solution of its own ion, so the solution like zinc sulfate or copper sulfate, that solution concentration should be 1 molar, 1 m, 1 mole per liter, 1 mole per liter, or simply we can say 1 molar. Okay. And third, sometimes we use gases for making electrode when we study about the hydrogen electrode. So if we use gases that, as an electrode, so that condition the pressure of the gas should be maintained at 1 atm. So pressure will be equals to 1 atm. So if the assembly of electrodes which is fulfills these conditions, then the electrode potential will be called as standard electrode potential. So please copy this, pause the video. So dear students, just you imagine Daniell cell. In Daniell cell we have seen that zinc electrode is used as anode. So zinc is dipped into zinc sulfate solution, ZnSO4 solution. So what actually happens here? We know that at this condition zinc changes into zinc ion by the loss of electron, means oxidation takes place. This is oxidation. And suppose if that condition we measure the electrode potential, standard electrode potential, suppose zinc is at this zinc rod is taken at 298 Kelvin, clear, and the solution, zinc sulfate solution is of 1 molar. Okay, since no gas is used, so there is no use of pressure also. So is at that time whatever we got electrode potential, we can say this is E naught Zn into Zn2 plus Zn upon Zn2 plus. So this is called as this one. This electrode potential for zinc into zinc sulfate is called as oxidation. You can say standard oxidation potential. Oxidation potential. Similarly, you know that when copper rod is dipped into copper sulfate solution, CuSO4 solution, which concentration is 1 molar and temperature is maintained 298 Kelvin, no use of gases here. So if that time you know that in Daniell cell what happens, copper ion from the solution changes into, by the acceptance of electron, changes into copper metal. Okay, and this process is called reduction. So suppose at that time whatever electrode potential is measured is, so that will be represented as E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn, and this is called standard reduction potential. Reduction potential. So you understood what is standard oxidation potential? Means if the electrode potential measure for the oxidation reaction, then that is called standard oxidation potential, and if it is measured for the reduction reaction, then it is called standard reduction potential. For a same electrode, the standard, this is a very important point I am telling you, so please listen carefully. For the same electrode, the standard oxidation potential is numerically equals to the standard reduction potential. So what is difference is the sign. So sign convention is very important in writing the standard electrode potential. For example, if you want to write the standard reduction potential for zinc electrode, okay, from this equation we have written that. But if you want to write standard reduction potential for the zinc electrode, so we can write as E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn. E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn. In that condition, it will be termed as standard reduction potential. Standard reduction potential. It's clear? This and this are numerically equal but opposite sign. So we can write here that therefore E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn will be equals to minus E naught Zn oblique Zn2 plus. Clear? So reduction potential will be negative of the oxidation potential. Similarly here, if you want to write the oxidation potential for copper, sorry, here copper. For copper, then what will I? Whatever will be the value, suppose its value comes positive, then its reduction potential will have negative, and if this value comes negative, then its oxidation potential will have positive value. So always remember, as a general concept, if you want to note down, please note down, then I can clean the board. So as I was saying that we can make a general concept that E naught m upon mn plus will be equals to E naught mn plus oblique m with negative sign. That is the difference between. So we'll put negative here. Okay. So this is the general concept. So if we know the standard electrode, suppose the E naught oxidation. So if E naught oxidation of X is equals to plus 3.05, suppose, then what will be E naught reduction? E naught reduction of X, what it will be? It will be also 3.05, but here sign will be minus. That is the meaning of this general concept. So I hope you understood. So if any of one is low with its sign, then opposite sign with the same magnitude will be the other parameter. So this is so simple. But why I am talking about this? Why we are writing this? What is the use of this? This is has the very important use, because according to IUPAC say that to measure the E naught cell, we have to use always standard reduction potential. Okay, E naught cell always use standard reduction potential of both electrodes. So please note down this line, and you have to highlight also. This will be very helpful to calculate the E naught cell, means standard electrode potential of overall cell. Okay. Always will use standard reduction potential will be considered here. Standard reduction potential. And E naught cell, this is the formula. E naught cell is equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Means it is the difference of standard electrode potential of cathode and standard electrode potential of anode. But remember, cathode and anode, whatever it uses, this is also reduction potential, and this must be also reduction potential. So why I pointing this? Because according to IUPAC saying that always use standard reduction potential of both electrodes. So E naught cell means standard reduction potential of cathode and standard reduction potential of anode. So in the most of the cases, you see here, suppose if it is given E naught m upon mn plus equals to x. But in this equation, what we have to use, because this is showing oxidation, m upon mn plus means this is showing standard oxidation potential, because oxidation reaction is measured here. So at this, before using this formula, this value here, firstly we will change into reduction potential. So you know this one, this relationship means E naught mn plus oblique m will be equals to minus x, and this minus x will be substituted here as anode. So when we practice some problems, then this will be more clear, but note down these important points. So there is one problem, that how could we know the standard reduction potential. So to measure the standard electrode potential, either reduction or oxidation potential, we need a standard reference electrode, because by comparing the electrode potential of this reference electrode, we can calculate the standard electrode potential of any electrode, either it is cathode or anode, and for most of the metals which are used for making of cathode and anode. So we need standard reference electrode. For this purpose, we use standard hydrogen electrode, and in short form this is called SHE. There is another term used, or standard or it is used normal hydrogen electrode. Instead of standard, we use normal hydrogen electrode, or NHE. Both are same. Okay, both are same. So see how this hydrogen electrode is made. Because hydrogen is a gas, how can we make a electrode of gas? So for that we have to understand the construction of standard hydrogen electrode. Remember, whenever the term used standard means temperature 25 degrees Celsius, concentration of the solution 1 molar, and pressure of the gas is 1 atm. Always the term standard will indicate towards that three conditions. For that we use 1 molar solution, and this is 1 molar solution of actually HCl, which provides 1 m hydrogen ion, or which is also called hydronium ion. For making of standard hydrogen electrode, we need 1 molar solution. So mostly for that we use HCl solution. In HCl, hydronium ion is present, so the concentration of this hydrogen ion is 1 molar, because according to the definition, when the electrode is in contact with its ion in the solution, so we need hydrogen ion in the solution for making of hydrogen electrode. And we use a glass jacket. This is the glass jacket which have one opening here, because through this opening, whenever needed, hydrogen gas can be passed at 1 atm pressure. Hydrogen gas is bubbled in the solution. Okay, but we can't make an electrode of hydrogen gas. So firstly, this hydrogen gas is adsorbed on the surface of another metal. For that we use platinized foil or platinum electrode. So in this, another tube is fused here, which lower end is filled with mercury, and it is fixed with the copper electrode, which lower end is fused with platinized foil, means this is platinum foil. And over platinum metal, hydrogen gas will bubble out, or if hydrogen gas produce also, these hydrogen gas always get adsorbed for better absorption of hydrogen gas. This platinized foil is used. Okay, and this is the copper rod. So this is simple standard hydrogen electrode is ready. Since this is used as the standard reference electrode, then standard electrode potential of this is considered as 0. So E naught SHE will be always 0.00 volt, and that is why this is called reference electrode. Clear? It is assumed that the electrode potential of hydrogen is 0. Simply. Now this electrode potential is used for measure of any other electrode. So suppose if you are going to measure the electrode potential of zinc. Electrode potential of zinc. Here there is a very important point. So all the time to measure the electrode potential we need a galvanic cell, and for making of galvanic cell we need two half cell. One half cell will be standard hydrogen electrode, which is reference electrode, but another half cell will be the metal electrode which is taken to measure its electrode potential. Suppose we are going to use zinc electrode. So what we do, we will take zinc rod dipped into zinc sulfate solution. You know this, number of time we use this concept, ZnFSO4 solution. Okay, and this is zinc rod. This is another important point, that for the representation of galvanic cell, always we take anode left hand side, cathode right hand side. Already I have taken standard hydrogen electrode right hand side and zinc left hand side. And this is not necessary that SHE standard hydrogen electrode will be taken right hand side and metal electrode will be taken left hand side. It is not necessary. Okay, but there is one concept by which we can guess that when hydrogen SHE will consider as the cathode and when it will work as the anode. So very simple. You know the activity series. Those metals are kept above hydrogen. That metals are taken as anode, and those metals are kept below hydrogen atom. They are used as cathode. Simply. So since zinc, the place of zinc is above hydrogen, then to lose the electron, the tendency to lose the electron of zinc is higher than hydrogen. Okay, because in this solution hydrogen ion is present, H plus ion is present, and hydrogen gas is passed here. So tendency to lose electron of zinc is more than hydrogen. So that is why zinc will behave as the anode. So we will connect this zinc with external circuit, galvanometer, and this is connected with this. These are the two half cell, and then salt bridge will be there. I hope you are understanding now. Then what will happen? Here we will get at anode we get E naught Zn upon Zn2 plus. Oxidation potential. If it is taken in standard form, then it is called standard. That is why we put 0 here, not here. Standard oxidation potential. Why? Because the reaction is Zn changes into Zn2 plus by the loss of 2 electron. Okay. Standard oxidation potential. And at left hand side, at cathode, hydrogen. So from the solution, hydrogen ion will accept electron and change will to hydrogen atoms. We can write half H2. This reaction is happening. Means in this condition we can write E naught H plus oblique half H2. This is gas. Okay, half H2 gas, and gas is means adsorb at platinum. So it is necessary whenever we use gases, we should use the metal for adsorption. So platinum. So this represent standard reduction potential of hydrogen. Okay. So clear? Now how can we know the standard reduction? So when this assembly is done, then it is found that here the overall cell, E naught cell, we get 0.76 volt. E naught cell will be 0.76 volt. Then to get the E naught Zn2 plus oblique J means reduction potential. According to IUPAC, we have to use reduction potential only. It means we have to use here E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn. So according to the equation, E naught cell will be equals to E cathode minus E anode. So here we will use standard reduction potential. Let me clean the board. So E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn means that will called standard reduction potential. And at cathode, E naught H plus oblique H half H2 gas with platinum. Okay. So this is cathode and anode. So now E naught cell we got 0.76 will be equals to E cathode is 0.00 because the E naught, this will be always 0.0. This is the reference electrode, always will use 0 here, minus E anode, and E anode is E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn. Maybe you are not able to see what written here, so that is why I am dictating it. Consider E naught Zn2 plus, this one I have written here. Okay. So don't be confused. Then overall, what we are doing actually, we are calculating the standard electrode potential of zinc, standard reduction potential of zinc. So finally it will come E naught Zn2 plus oblique Zn will be, this minus will come here, minus 0.76 volt. Remember, standard reduction potential of zinc will be minus 0.76 and standard oxidation potential of zinc will be plus 0.76 volt. Since we had to use reduction potential, that is why we are using Zn2 plus upon Zn in the equation, always in this equation. So we have calculated now, so we got it is minus 0.76 with the help of 0.00 and over the cell E naught cell by measuring the galvanometer. Clear? Same way we can calculate the standard electrode potential of copper. If you want to note down. So now we are going to use this standard hydrogen electrode to measure the standard electrode potential of copper. Since the position of copper is below of hydrogen, so it will always lose the tendency to accept electron of copper will be more than hydrogen. Means this copper electrode will act as the cathode, means electron will move from hydrogen towards cathode, and current will always move from cathode to anode. So it means we will take this hydrogen electrode as anode. Now you can see, in case of zinc electrode, hydrogen electrode was used as cathode. Now it is used as anode because compared to zinc copper ion, the tendency of loss of electron of hydrogen is more. So we will take copper rod into copper sulfate solution, okay, and these two will be joined through galvanometer So electron will flow from this to that and current will go from opposite side. This is the cathode and this is anode. So you see that what will happen at cathode, and the so E naught cathode means Cu 2 plus oblique Cu at cathode. This reaction will happen, and we have to calculate this. And E naught, so what is happening here? Here what happened, hydrogen gas comes into, now we are using hydrogen gas, we will bubble hydrogen gas in this solution. So this hydrogen gas will adsorb on the surface by the loss of electron. So it will change into 2 hydrogen ion and by the loss of 2 electron. So this is the reduction, oxidation here, but we have to use reduction for hydrogen. So now see E naught cell, and this will come E naught, we will write hydrogen ion oblique hydrogen, always we have to write reduction. This is the oxidation, it will come 0.00, always will take 0.00. So E naught is H plus oblique half H2 gas in platinum, okay, it will be 0.00 because 0 is not having negative or positive concept. Now E naught cell, in that condition when this copper electrode is joined with the standard hydrogen electrode, then E naught cell is found. This is already measured and it is found that it is plus 0.34 volt, plus 0.34 volt. So now we use the equation, E naught cell will be equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. E naught cathode, E naught cell is 0.34, and now E naught cathode is copper, means E naught Cu2 plus oblique Cu plus minus 0. It means finally what we are getting, E naught Cu2 plus upon Cu means standard electrode potential of copper will be plus 0.34. Clear? So this is the way how standard hydrogen electrode means reference electrode is used to measure the electrode potential of different electrodes. So finally we got that this conclusion, E naught Zn 2 plus upon Zn we got minus 0.76 volt, and E naught Cu2 plus oblique Cu we got plus 0.34 volt, and both are reduction potential because you see ion to metal means there is the acceptance of electron, so so we are using reduction reaction. So for a Daniell cell, E naught cell, overall cell potential, so E naught cell will be equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. You know that in Daniell cell cathode is made up of copper, means at this place we can use E naught Cu2 plus oblique Cu minus, and anode is made up of zinc, so we will use E naught, always we will use reduction potential. At anode oxidation takes place, but we will not use oxidation, we will use the reduction. So always we will convert into reduction, so we have already got here. So minus E naught Zn 2 plus oblique Zn. Always remember in the equation plus 2 neutral metal, plus 2 neutral means iron to neutral metal, iron to neutral metal we will use. Okay. Then substitute the value, E naught Cu 2 plus upon Cu 0.34 volt minus sign will be always there. After this sign already have minus, so we will use the same value minus 0.76. So finally this minus and minus will be plus, and when both will be combined you will get 1.10 volt is the cell potential of Daniell cell. And this is the way how we calculate E0 cell of any type of galvanic cell. So in the next video we will do some simple problem. So this is enough for today. Please students, if there is any confusion, read book, watch video again, and after that again if your doubts are there, you are invited, you are means requested to ask your doubts in the WhatsApp group. Thank you students.